Hey guys, welcome back. Centerton Cards here again to talk a little bit more about Project 2020. Um, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe and like button below. Also hit that bell button there, and it'll alert you every time I go live or add one of these videos. I do have some questions to get to from some YouTube users from our past video, but we'll kind of kick off with just kind of talking about the print run from the two cards that closed today. The Ted Williams Old Man Land and the Koufax Natural. So I was kind of thinking that this was going to be kind of higher than the Trout, uh, just based on what my pre-orders were. Just looking at them, I kind of figured we'd be in the 40s. I wouldn't think we would get higher than that, but I have probably just a small cross section of what pre-orders go out. So I was right on track. I kind of was what I thought it would be. It's still pretty high as far as past print runs, so I think it will start seeing some of that leveling out. I know there will be a few big ones that pop. It might hit might hit 100K, but I really do think the majority of them from here on out will be in the 40s. There'll be a few that are in the 60s, and like I said, you'll have one that'll pop. I'm sure a Trout will hit, 1,000 or 100,000. Especially the Jameson coming out. I think he'll be card 100. So that'll be interesting to see that. But yeah, so we were at the Koufax was 43,147, and the Williams was 41,407. So not a bad print run. It's still going to be a little higher than people want it to be, I think, as far as flipping goes. But it's a great set. I think it's going to still generate a lot of interest. So so let's talk about some questions that I got earlier today. So the first one comes from Alone a Money Mindset from YouTube. It says, have I picked up any of the cards? I have. I kind of got into this a little late. I started pre-selling at card 59 up until now. I did pick up quite a few before card number 59. I've got about 20 or so before that grotesque Jeter. Still need a lot. I'm going to try to put the set together. Probably won't make it. I do have, I think, 4 of the first 10. I have the Ermsey, the Jackie, the Koufax. I do have a Ted Williams coming, and excuse me, and a couple others. So I got a good jump on the early 10. But I am putting these together myself. I picked up a few that I like outside of the 59 that I have, and I like a lot of them. Some of them is not my style, but I do want to try to put at least the player set together for Koufax and Jackie being, for Jackie, with those two guys being Dodgers. And I will have the full run for Trout. Those are the only 3 I think I'll have the full run on. I will try to pick up a couple others, especially the first Clemente is the one I'm missing too. So that's that. Next question is from Matt Jensen, also from YouTube. It says, "What was there a competition between artists or players for print runs when this all started?" I don't know. I wouldn't imagine so. I mean, I know the artists probably knew the other artists who were going to be involved, and the players probably knew, but a lot of the players are deceased anyway. So I wouldn't imagine there was any kind of friendly competition between the players. Maybe with the artists, but some of the artists don't have great followings either as far as socially go, the social media goes. I know FDOT, I was kind of surprised that he did not have a larger following. And Sophia Chang, which I think her work is amazing. She's probably in my top 2 or 3. It's great to see a woman artist too involved in this. It's not just, a bunch of men, designing cards from their youth or other men's youth. It's great to see a woman involved on this one. So next question from Trashers Norfolk. How will the huge print run affect the smaller PRs? I just think it's going to affect them, just like any other short runs. It's going to greatly affect their overall price. I think they'll continue to go up. I do think there'll be some leveling off here soon on the first 20. I think they're just really, really kind of out there as far as price. But, I could be wrong. I have no idea. I do think this will help the earlier 80 maintain their price a little better than 80 on, just because the print runs are increasing. I still think there'll be a fatigue. I still think we're going to see this huge spike, and then card 100 is going to hit for the Trout, and I think by card 125 we'll start seeing those print runs coming back down, and we'll probably see another spike, a lot like COVID. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so I think they will come down. I think the print runs will settle down in the 30s and 40s, and we might get a few that are sub 20. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I think they're on the ride for at least 40K runs for a while, but we'll see what happens. I have a few questions from Miguel Cruz. First one is: will people start buying at the higher PR rate? I guess he's asking me if the buying will continue if the PR rate is high. Yeah, I think it will. I mean, I just think there's enough interest in this to keep the buying going. But again, I think it'll flatten out. I don't think it'll be as crazy as the Griffey. You'll see a few that'll pop up, but I think that'll be it. Can I see any PR dropping below 10K? No, I don't. I think if that happens, it's going to be way later on down the road, and it's gone past that kind of quiet set that's kind of a few people know about. I think the cat's out of the bag, so to speak, and you won't see. I don't expect to see a print run below 20K, even when this slows down and flattens out. I still think it's going to be rather large from this point forward. So hang on to those low print PRs, especially the first 20. Last one is: do I see a drop off happening? Yeah, I just kind of covered that a little bit. Absolutely, I think a drop off will happen, but I think the drop off is not going to match the incline that we just saw. So that incline went from 30 was the 32 was the highest PR with the trout. Went crazy high. You're not going to see a huge dip back down, I don't think. I think this 40 will flatten out. I think 30. I think high 30s will be the lowest we'll see, and I would not be surprised if we stay in the 40s from here on out, just because of the attention it's gotten. Once casinos open up, once baseball comes back, once some other things start happening, you might see a drop again. Personally, I don't see these dropping below 40 again. So grab the ones, pre-40, but the print runs under 40. If you want to flip, like flipping is what people are trying to do here. And I'm selling off my inventory too. If I make money, I make money great, but obviously I'm making quite a bit now, just because I do have quite a bit of inventory, but all it takes is, one print run of the Griffey to scare some sellers away. I'm not too worried. I think they'll maintain a lot of their value, but even if for whatever reason they all fall to $40 each, you still double your money. I don't think that's an outrageous thing to think. I think $40 will be the absolute, bottom on these. Even the Griffey, I think $40 is going to be a relatively generous number to be at. I wouldn't be surprised if there were more. But these large print runs, I think $40 is going to be the long-term price. Short-term price, they might be a touch higher. But anything pre-60, I think, is going to be where the money's at. Maybe even pre-80, card number 80, that is. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. So tomorrow is the last release for the week. There's two more. Today's releases totally different. Like I love the Gwyn. I like the Gwyn over. I like the Gwyn over the Jeter Sif for sure. I just like that style. And I think Gwyn's a super underrated player anyway. So definitely like the Gwyn. That's my favorite of the day. The Cal Ripken and Rivera from the day before, they were okay. They were fine. Not a crazy big fan of either one of those. My favorite pairing of the week is the Ted Williams and Sandy Koufax, though, probably just for personal reasons. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see the print runs on these two ending tomorrow. Curious to see where they're at. I expect to see in the 40s again. Looking at my pre-orders here, to give you a quick idea. The Jeter and the Gwyn. I'm right on track with what I kind of sold for the Ted Williams and Koufax. So I think these two that'll end tomorrow will be right around the same, 40 to 48. That's my guess. I could be completely wrong. It has been a slow Twitter day for me, so it could just be me on my end. We'll see what happens with the rest. But yeah, that's it for tonight, guys. If you have more questions or want to talk about these a little more, drop a like or drop a comment below, and I'll address it on my video tomorrow. It's been fun. Definitely appreciate all the attention and the follows I've gotten so far. But yeah, reach out to me on Twitter. Glad to answer some questions if you've got them. I'm by no means an expert, but I've got a handle on this. So yeah, love to interact with you. Just shoot me a message, shoot me a DM, shoot me a follow on Twitter. My Twitter handle is right there, Centerton Cards, on Instagram as well. See you guys next time. Take care. Do good things. Have a good night.